Welcome back to my channel for the third part of this mysterious, scary, paranormal activity thing. And also the scariness of my hair, because I've just got out of the bath and it is flat as fuck. If you guys have not seen part 1 or part 2 yet, I'll put the links down below. Definitely go watch them first before watching this one. It's kind of like just short, sweet scariness for like this Halloween period time. But I've kind of gone over Halloween now, but it's never enough Halloween. You know what I mean? Something quite scary is happening at my feet right now. Obviously you guys can tell that I am recording this on the same day that I recorded part 2 of my video. But basically in part 2 I broke my computer again. It's touchscreen, it is easily broken for some reason. I don't know why, but every time you touch the screen it kind of just fucks up and you can't do fucking anything on it. And it's doing that right now, but like it's changed everything to like French, and I don't really know how a computer could do that. Do you know what I mean? Spooky. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of stuff. I mean, I really enjoy making it, and I hope that you guys do too. Today I am going to be talking a little bit more about my experiences in the paranormal realm. However, I am not going to be talking about stuff that has happened to me in this house. I will be talking about stuff that has happened to me outside of this house. And I have got many people to back me up on this, especially one person who I work very closely with at my job. Obviously, I can't disclose where I work because of legal reasons and my own safety. Weirdos out there. So I'm going to come closer. Bullshit. I'm first going to be describing basically my workplace. So my workplace, or my old place that I used to work, because I've moved buildings now. Thank God. I basically worked in a old house. So this house had been converted into the offices and everything like that. And when I first joined my job in 2016, I was only 18 and I was put up in the attic. That sounds really bad, but it's not as bad as it sounds. It was just like a converted attic into an office space. It was quite cute actually, but there was like really creepy bits about it. Like there was this little hatchet bit that like you could kind of keep a body in. Yeah, so I kind of had this little space and it was just me up there most of the time, and I heard like weird things up there sometimes, like tapping noises and stuff, but everyone just convinced me that I was like just being blonde and it was just the seagulls on the roof, which it probably was, but it really did sound like someone going, do you know what I mean? Being in the little attic, you know when you sit there sometimes and you think, you see something in the corner of your eye, you're like, shit, what the fuck was that? And then you think, oh no, it was nothing. Well, I used to do that all the time in the attic, and it used to really freak me out. But you know when you just like play it off and you think, stop being so fucking stupid, it's a nothing. Well, I did think that until I went down and I sort of spoke down to like my other colleagues who I was working with. I felt a bit more comfortable about speaking about that then. And basically one of them told me a story. She told me a story that basically years and years ago, her and one of the other colleagues had been working late, and a woman came in to do some like kind of work upstairs for our business, and she was going to be using the attic to do this work. Okay, so she went up the stairs, she said hi to the 2 ladies that were left, and they were like, yeah, that's fine, we'll give you a call like when we're done, if you're still here. And she was like, yeah, that's cool. First lady left, and then it got a bit later, and obviously the second lady decided, who was telling me the story, that it was her time to kind of go. So she got up to go, and she noticed that the light was still on, and this whole time, between the time that her other colleague left and she had left, if this is making sense, she had heard the lady walking up and down in the attic. So clearly the light was on, she heard someone walking up and down up there, so obviously she thought it was this lady. So she went downstairs to go, you have to like sign in and out basically of nearly every single place that you go, but she had to sign out. And as she was signing out, she saw this lady's name, and she'd seen when she'd signed in, which was the same time that she'd told her that she was going to do the work in the attic, and then she saw that this lady had signed out half an hour ago. And she said, I kid you not, I heard her footsteps upstairs. And I'm standing there like, bitch. And I'm working up there on my own. They just kind of like played it cool, and they were like, oh Sophie, don't be silly, it's probably nothing, it's probably floorboards or something, or that dead body hidden in that fucking tiny little weird thing that's got going up there. Loads of other weird stuff started happening. One day I was sitting upstairs in the attic with one of my colleagues, and it was like dead quiet, it was near Christmas, and all of a sudden I started hearing stop. And obviously that is a very famous Christmas song, and I don't want to get sued for that, so I was getting really annoyed with it. I thought, what the fuck, who is playing that music when I'm trying to work? So I went downstairs and I followed this sound into the kitchen, and there was a fucking Santa sitting on the table dancing like this, singing Jingle Bell Rocks. And I thought, I literally said to him, you creepy fuck, what are you doing? I switched it off. I didn't think at that point that I actually had to switch the little fucker off. It was one of them old fashioned, you know, the on and off, the one that sometimes hurt your finger, if you get what I mean. So I didn't think anything of it, went back upstairs. I got halfway up the stairs, and I kid you not, I kid you not, I heard this little fucker jingle bell rocking again. And I kid you not, we can see the kitchen from the attic stairs. Like, you can see if anyone comes in or out of that, and no one came in or out. And I was like, hell no, run back up the stairs, and I told my colleague. The next weird thing to happen at work was in the kitchen again. When we first worked together, we used to like, you know how you just go waste time and you go, let's go make a tea, let's make a coffee, even though we don't make coffee, let's just go fucking make one. So we went to go to the kitchen to make a coffee, and we were just standing in the kitchen, right, and I kid you fucking not, I'm sorry, this is just you're gonna think I'm crazy, but this did happen. Like, I swear to God, I've got my old work colleague, to back me up on this shit. So we're standing there, and all of a sudden, in the kitchen, right, a song started playing, but it was like a song from like back then, so like last year, and like me and my colleague looked at each other like, I went, is that your phone? And she went, I haven't got my phone on me. And I went, well, neither have I. And at that point, we both screamed and we ran, because the noise was coming from behind my colleague. And let me tell you something, there isn't like offices right next to the kitchen, so to hear that song that well, it was freaky. We both like refused basically to go into the kitchen without one another again. Guys, so something scary has really just happened. I'm so scared. I was looking at my notes about everything that I've recorded for part 1 and part 2 and part 3, and my computer literally just deleted them by itself. Lucky I've got it stored all up in here, but like, I'm scared. My colleague was actually left on her own. So my colleague basically called me up one day, and she was like, I'm really sorry to be calling you on your holiday, but she said, I can't go upstairs. And I'm sitting there like, what do you mean you can't go upstairs? Just go up the stairs. She was like, no, Sophie, you don't realise I can hear tapping on the keyboard. So I'm like, really? I went, are you sure someone's just not up there? Like, really? And she was like, I swear to God, I literally came down a second ago to drop something off downstairs, and I went to go back up and I can hear someone typing right now on the keyboard. And basically she she didn't go back up there. I literally said to her, don't fucking go back up there. Do not go back up there. Go work on another computer. Oh shit. A final thing that happened was, this one was very, very strange. I mean, if there's any IT people out there, tech people who go, oh my God, like, that's just normal on their computer and blah blah blah. Well, that's fine, you correct me, but it was fucking scary at that point, okay? We had moved out of the attic and we had moved downstairs. One day, my colleague printed something out and she was like, can you just get it out of the printer? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I got this thing out of the printer, and then all of a sudden the printer started churning paper out like no business. And I mean, it was like good worth, like 50 pages worth of smiley faces. Like smiley faces just printed out on a paper. So I started going to my colleague like, da da da, you're taking the piss. Like, what is going on? And she looked at me, and her eyes, I could just tell that it wasn't her. And she was like, Sophie, I did not do that. And she was like, I swear to God, I did not do that. So I started going around asking everyone who is doing this, because it's just not funny. It generally is scary. And no one believed, like, no one actually admitted to it. They were like, well, we're not even connected to your printer. No one was connected to the printer other than me and my colleague. And neither of us printed them smiley faces off. Now, this wasn't just a one-time thing. This happened a number of times. The next time it happened, we didn't even print anything. The printer started printing on its own. But this time it started printing smiley faces, then Arabic writing, then smiley faces, Arabic writing, smiley faces, Arabic, then some sort of symbols, and it was scary. So I started to collect this as evidence. I took this to our IT department, and they came over and basically said there's nothing wrong with the printer and they don't really know why it's spitting out smiley faces. That is the end of part 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy telling you guys about my experiences and everything like that. I really want to get more into looking into unsolved mysteries and everything like that as well. So I'd really appreciate it if anyone could let me know anything that they would like me to cover. I will be going back to my mental health videos, which I will be back with next Sunday. So I will see you then. Dad! I just said I've got to record this last bit of the video.
Come in here.
Yeah, I know, but I just saw something. Basically, you know, I said that my computer would stop working. Strangely enough, after I stopped speaking about all that shit, it's working again. Spoof.